is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, and today we've gone purple to bring attention and understanding to this important issue.
And joining us to tell us more is Delia Jervier. Delia, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're doing really important work, and this month especially, you are ramping up for awareness, then also you're trying to make access to these new FDA-approved drugs more accessible for everybody.
Yeah. So during the month of June especially, we work really hard to raise awareness about the seriousness of Alzheimer's disease. We increase information around the signs and symptoms to make sure that people know and understand what to look for when we're talking about potentially having to deal with a diagnosis of Alzheimer's.
And you say that there are medications out there, FDA approved.
Absolutely.
But not necessarily readily accessible for Medicare and Medicaid patients.
Correct. So we are now talking about an era of treatment. For the first time in over 40 years, we are finally at a place where treatment is available that is addressing the actual biology of the disease. And by that, I mean that those treatments are designed to remove the plaques from the brain that cause cognitive decline. Those treatments are more effective in the early stages of the disease. So mild cognitive impairment or early stage, which is why it's very important that a patient have access to those treatments as soon as possible. But currently, although we are making significant progress, CMS is not fully covering the cost of those treatments, which is why we as an association are increasing pressure on them to make sure that those treatments are accessible, because it's essentially giving families more time to spend with their loved ones and hope for a future when you slow down cognitive decline, essentially.
Oh, I get it. That's what CMS reversal means.
Correct. So Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, they provide coverage for healthcare for seniors in this country. And it is an unprecedented decision to choose not to cover a drug that is FDA approved. That has never happened before, but now we're seeing them making that unfair decision. And so we are really hoping that they will reverse it.
Okay, and what can people do to help you and put the pressure on people?
They can certainly call their legislators, and that's what our advocates have been doing. Our advocates have been reaching out, and that's why during the month of June, we are ramping up our efforts in making sure that people know what's going on when we're talking about Alzheimer's.
And it sounds like you're having a lot of rallies all across the country, too.
We are. In every state, we have had rallies. There was one right here in Chicago on May the 10th, where over 150 people went to the regional office of CMS, which is on Michigan Avenue. And we really got out there and let them know that people are serious and they want to be given access to what is hope for them and their family.
And this is such a horrible disease. A lot of people who are not familiar with it just only think that it is just a situation where you forget and you don't remember. But it's so much more than that. Can you talk about some of this?
It's absolutely more than that. I mean, there are people who are diagnosed with this disease in their younger age. Like, a lot of people think it's an older person's disease, and it's not. There are people who have been diagnosed in their 40s, in their 50s, and it's more than just old age, right? It's not just about forgetting. It's disruptive memory loss, things that are causing you to disrupt your life and your day-to-day activities. Essentially, a person with this disease slowly reverts back in time. They slowly forget not only their loved ones, but they forget how to eat and how to swallow. And so ultimately, people pass away from this disease because they become a baby, like a childlike again. And there is no cure. There is no cure. We are fighting really hard and hoping to one day have our first survivor. But today there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease, and that's why we continue to fundraise, we continue to raise awareness so that one day we will find a cure for this disease. But yeah, it is a serious disease. It costs the country billions of dollars. There are about 230,000 people in the state of Illinois who have Alzheimer's disease, and there's about 312,000 caregivers who are taking care of these individuals. And you know, it's even a bigger burden on the caregiver because oftentimes they don't take care of themselves. They don't seek out support. They don't take respite. And so
you guys can help with that as well, right?
Absolutely.
There's more information available for people for Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. All you have to do is reach out to the Alzheimer's organization. There is an Illinois chapter, so there's the information on the social media handles as well as a phone number where you can get more information about what we need to do to get these drugs covered and what you can do as a caregiver to get help, and just find a community that is there to support you, because that also is a huge part.
Absolutely.
Delia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.